other women and men on how to reach the goals that you've set for yourself. That's, I think, what's more important to me. I hope I'm respected, and I think that there's a mutual respect within our environment. We're a very, very small group, and I think in general we like each other. And I think it's just a function that, you know, we have to. We have to work together. We may not always agree, and we may not like every situation. And there is really positive, constructive tension that occurs at times. But I think accomplishments aside, it's what we do together to get the job done that is what's most important in my mind.
Yeah. So going along these lines as well, when I was looking into the subject, I read an article also. The article was called "Why is He Driven and She's a Bitch?" And they write, and I quote, "Being assertive can make a man a top dog, yet that same trait often lands women in the doghouse." So I think we know that assertiveness is viewed differently in men than if you're a woman. So I'd like to ask our panel, how assertive are you? Lee.
Why don't we ask all of them?
There was a hand.
Yeah, I'm sure
From a man.
Yeah, from a man. Yes. I hired that gentleman. Yeah, and I think everyone at that table would say I'm quite direct and I'm quite assertive. Again, it's situational based, so there's times to be more direct than not, more consultative than not. I have a phrase that anybody that works on my team knows. You know, they'll ask too, is this a tell, Lee, or is this a sell? So there will always be, my go-to place is always, can we have that discussion and that dialogue, that negotiation? Can we meet somewhere halfway? Can we all buy into what it is that we want to do? But there are other situations. I mean, this is just reality. This is a tell. There is no time for discussion. Let's just get it done. Because at the end of the day, that's been the direction that's been given, and that's what we have to do. And we're here to do a job and here to deliver. And I think, you know, if that's not where you go each and every time, that when you have to go there, you know, it's like being a parent, really. When you think about it, you know, it's how we bring up our children. If we're always being very directive and controlling in what we do, it's going to be really difficult when something needs to be done for them to realize, oh, okay, now I know, you know, mom's not kidding around. But if you have more moments where you have that ability to, you know, assert, but not in the way that, you know, it's always the tell, then I think people understand. It's just a function of how we do business. And it's necessary, I really, really feel, in certain situations. You know, the difference is assertiveness. I think often we're referred to not as assertive. I think assertive is a very positive word. We are referred to often as aggressive. Aggressive has more of a negative connotation, and I think that's where the difference lies.
Eileen, where would you put yourself on the assertiveness scale?
Yeah, I would say that I have been given some feedback, not using the word, you know, aggressive, but certainly direct. You know, that sort of is my brand. As you think about your personal brand, that is mine. Direct. What was it? Assertive, I guess, and also blunt, even to the extent of being blunt. And so that is something that I'm working on. And it's funny because the coach that I had to help me, you know, work through these or change that type of behavior said, you know, you need to ask more questions. You need to be more, you know, sort of more trying to bring out the female behaviors in me. And I'm not sure, thinking back now, if you know, you were to compare sort of Eileen with these behaviors and a man with the same behaviors, whether that man would have gotten the same type of coaching. I don't know that. I can only speak to what's happened to me. But But I also think that this question is not about being assertive or being aggressive. It's about knowing when to use those behaviors. And so flexibility is really important. Along the lines of what Lee had said, you know, knowing which, what's that phrase? Knowing which hill you want to fight the battle on, or something like that.